Division of decimal numbers. Instructions. Move the decimal point in the divisor to obtain a whole number. Move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places. Place the decimal point in the quotient and divide as whole numbers. Before we begin, we need to know what some of these words mean. So let's take a look at a quick example. 40 divided by 8 is equal to 5. 40 is the dividend. 8 is the divisor. And 5 is the result or quotient. And sometimes we'll see it written like this. The dividend is underneath with this symbol to indicate division. 8 is the divisor, the number going into 40. And 5 is the result or the quotient. So looking at our example, 34.125 divided by 6.5. This question is set up horizontally. Let's make it so that it is now within that symbol that indicates division. 34.125, there's our symbol for division. And 6.5 is our divisor on the outside. So step 1 says move the decimal point in the divisor to obtain a whole number. So that decimal between 6 and 5 has to move to the right so that I'm now working with 65. And then step 2 says move the decimal point in the dividend the same number of places. 1 place. Place the decimal point in the quotient. So my answer will have it so that my decimal place is between that 1 and 2 in the quotient. Divide as whole numbers. So we're looking to see how 65 can go into 3. It can't. 65, can it go into 34? No. 65 into 341. I'm going to do a little bit of trial and error to see how many times does 65 go into 341. So I'll go to the side over here and I'll take a little estimate, 65 times 4. And I'm trying to see if it'll go in, if 65 will go into 341 4 times, or could it go higher? So 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2. 4 times 6 is 24, carry another 2, so that's 220. I know I could go a bit higher, so I'm going to add another 65 to that. So now I'm at 285. What happens if I add another 65? Well, that's 14, 15, and 3. So that's too high. So my answer is not 4, but it's actually 5 times. So the 5 goes right above the 1 digit because that's how many times 65 will go into 341. So now I'm going to go with 5 times 5, which is 25, and carry the 2. 5 times 6, which is 30, plus another 2, so 32. And I'm going to subtract as I normally do with whole numbers. Got to do some borrowing. That becomes a 3. So 11 minus 5 is 6. 3 minus 2 is 1. Carry down the 2. So I look at 65 now and how many times it goes into 162. I know that that's 2 times. So once again, 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 6 is 12, carry the 1, 13. So subtract 2 and 3, carry down my 5. And this one works out very nicely because I'd already worked out what 65 goes times 5 is. So there's my answer. So 6.5 into 34.125, the result is 5.25.